Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. This episode is being brought to you today by Secretions of Rheum. Secretions of Rheum, those are the eye boogers that are flushing out of your system and they're disgusting. This is also brought to you by that feeling that happens when you first wake up in the morning and you're trying to figure out what day it is. So brought to you by two special sponsors today. And now here's a song. One step ahead of the bad guys, one swing ahead of the sword. I steal only what I can afford, and that's everything. And now here they are, your invenerable hosts, Carlos, Kareem, Will. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't stop. Don't stop. I love it. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to another Smoke and Mirrors. Thank you for being here. I thought I made it on time. You know what? Time is relative. Also, I don't think anyone else is here on time either. So, in terms of smokers, I think I am always on time, no matter what time it is. Oh boy, I got some pretty good. I'm talking. I'm not supposed to be talking yet. Ruining the thing. I'd hate for the producers to get upset. That's not what we're after today. You know what today is. Hopefully you had a little looky look. Um, we have a bit of a situation. I'm going to be honest. Three things are happening right now because of circumstances, and so we're just going to address them. One, I have in my ear my talking thing, which I do need for the interview, but I don't need right quite this second. Two, someone on set left a window open. Someone on set left a window open. I have to do every goddamn thing myself. Hold on, Jesus. This is acting like the shit hasn't already happened. Like we're not. You know I'm on air. You know I'm on air. Y'all. I don't. Apologies. Um, there are trucks and stuff outside. We almost even had to postpone the entire situation. Uh, oh, this is just black facts. This is just black facts. You've got to keep the producers happy. Um, Talent doesn't care. Talent is, talent loves you. Talent is only here for you and for the good times, the silly good times. Do you have a warm bevy? Do you have one? I do. I do. Our smokes today, as ever, are brought to us by our good friends at Bloom, Bloom Portland. I was told to say that because some people don't know where I happen to be right now. This is Portland. Bloom Portland is where you can get what I am smoking, which right now is a Kush. I don't know which one. It's a Kush. I took the label off. I moved it into a jar. It's how I live. It's how I live. Hey, welcome to the show. Ha. Tomorrow, you know what today is. We talked about this. We're having an illustrious guest. That's how we do it. I took that from Desus and Mero. I can't say illustrious guest. I have to find a different thing. Hey, but tomorrow I've got another one, and this is going to be the real hijinks. This is a comedian friend of mine, a producer, actor, performer, parent. We are going to be comedian. We are going to be talking about the relevancy of male presenting people and the male voice in comedy in this here age of Rona, and whether or not there is one. I'm not sure. Then Thursday, going to be here with one of the many folks who have been in the streets here in Portland. As I said, that is where I am. That is going to be Kat Hollis, who has been in the streets, has also been one of the key organizers in the Portland Scrippers strike. Man, I don't know where the fuck I am sometimes. My lord, my brain telescopes places and things. It's the MS. I swear to God, it really is. Anyway, Kat Hollis is going to be here on Thursday. They're a badass. That's going to be badass. On Monday, the 27th, we're going to be a little bit early time, 2 hours early for the Pacific time. I'm going to be here with Crystal Echohawk. Crystal Echohawk is somebody who has been one of the key organizers over about the last decade of Change the Name, the movement to change the name of the Washington racial slurs. And she will talk about the work that she's done there and the other work that she's doing in her own agency. And lastly, before we get into the shites, before we get into what is going to be one of our classic conversations, I would like to invite you to become a patron. Hey, that means that you get to contribute and actually get to call yourself like a real life patron of the arts in a very not pretentious way, the way that Kristen and Michael, the way that Renice and Tracy and Natalie, the way that Tarika and Juliet do. You see that card being held right there by Forrest, my nephew, and one of my early guests. Go back into the catalog. You will find us having a conversation about the voice of the young, because young people can speak for themselves. Forrest, who is just about to turn, or has just turned 17. Kelly, help me out. I don't know. Anyway, Forrest is right there, pictured with a card that you could have one of your own if you become a patron, and that would be much appreciated if you did. This whole endeavor is funded by you. To be honest with you, there have been improvements. You may have noticed. There are plans for new improvements. There didn't used to be. It didn't used to look like a show when this began. It looked like I was holding my phone. I don't know if you remember. You used to see my bed in the back if you were here from very, very early, when I refused to adapt. It's a whole thing. Speaking of adapting, got to adapt to facts and age, like the fact that my nephew is going to be 17, as I said, but not until November. Not until November. So we will cook that turkey when it's time. So lots of guests, lots of exciting things happening. So many good things happening coming up shortly. Let's have one more hit before we get into this with E. You're going to want to be here for this conversation. Buckle up. I first met Esperanza last April, and we started doing a couple of collaborations together. At the suggestion of a mutual friend of ours, who for now will be unnamed, because hopefully, if we get them to come here too, we'll talk about that as well. Um, it is not coincidental. It is absolutely beautiful, because what we found out is that we're kindred spirit. The first time I saw them speaking in front of people, it was like hearing me speak, which let me know why the first time that they hired me to do a thing for them, they literally walked out of the room 20 minutes into my start time, and I thought, oh shit, I may have fucked it up. No, not that at all. That was not what it was. What it actually turned out to be is that we are so simpatico that I was understood, I was believed, I was trusted, and with that, I would like to introduce to you my sister from another mister, Esperanza Tervalon-Garrett. E, what it do? E, what it E? What? What do you mean not coming? But um, but we have a whole there's people there. What do you mean? Uh, Well, that that seems unlikely. I don't know what you're talking about. Uh, I don't know really a kraken. Okay, all right. Well, evidently, Esperanza got caught up and held up re- fighting a kraken. Um, I don't I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Do you have footage of this shit? What are you saying right now? A kraken? Show it to me. I don't believe you. You don't have footage. Well, of course you don't have footage. There's no fucking kraken. Get the fuck out of here. Whatever. Listen, I had a whole thing I was. Okay, I'm gonna flip it then. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do something else. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, do you know what? Okay, so I guess we're going to reschedule with Esperanza again. That's fine. You know, hmm. Oh, my child went to. We can do two things at once. Look at this: chew gum and walk at the same time. Talk and pack a bowl at the same time. My child went to the forests, and in the forests, they picked blueberries. And because they picked blueberries, I thought I would show you and share with you maybe at a point the recipe that I had created for blueberry pancake. If you've been here with us since the beginning, you can go back and you may remember there was an episode where I shared with you some pancakes. So listen, let's do it again. And I, oh no! I definitely don't want to talk about that. No, I made blueberry pancake. They are blue. I like to serve them on a blue plate. That's part of the majesty of it. Now the thing is, with this recipe, they're so sweet that you. I'd really rather talk about the pancakes. Fine. Um, you could just dust them with a little bit. You could just dust them with a little bit of sugar, and then they're done. We're not doing pancakes today. Okay. All right. So we don't have a guest, and we don't. We're not cooking. Um, I'm hearing what sounds like an alarm outside. I don't know if you can hear that. That is not fun, and is probably fucking with the sound. If that is what I'm hearing, I know why it is. That would be because Portland has been invaded, and I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. Um, Not because I'm trying to bury my head in the sand, right? Because this is comedy and culture and bullshit. And yesterday we talked about culture, and today was supposed to be about some stuff. But if it's stuff, then that's because there's a guest. It's not because I want to say some stuff. And I didn't want to say any stuff. I was going to leave it alone. But then, do you know what happened? Is that then there was a press conference this morning, and then ugh, oh dear Lord! And then I had to listen to words from this person. This is oh God, this is Chad Wolf. He is the sorry, he's the acting secretary of Defense of Homeland Security. Listen, can we get a different? I don't like this. Do you have a more professional picture of that like half beard situation? Looks like a fucking 12-year-old. I don't what is going on? He looks like he knows he just pooed on himself, but he doesn't want to say anything. Do you have something more professional, something more appropriate to the moment, please? Okay. Okay, whatever. Anyway, all right, that's Chad Wolf. Chad Wolf was on the televisions this morning, hollering about how Portland, Oregon, where I live at and where I'm currently right now, from where I am talking to you at, where I went for a jog this morning, a jog. Um, it's a run. Do you know what I'm saying? Runners say we go for a run, and then, the difference between joggers and runners is that runners talk trash, and joggers talk about separating the recycling. Mm, mm. I don't know who's the jerk in that joke. I don't. I think it's me either way. Anyway, so Chad had some words to say about how him and his crew are being professional, and they are invading Portland right now and hurting people. Uh, Even though Kate Brown, the governor, and Mayor Ted Wheeler, the dickhead, asked Chad to leave. Now, I say Mayor Ted Wheeler is a dickhead because his head is made of penis, and also because in earlier protests, without the help of the Department of Homeland Security, he did in fact bomb, tear gas, and send concussion grenades on a peaceful protest. My child was in it at the time. They were 7, so I have feelings about Mayor Wheeler. Uh, but Chad kept insisting that Chad, Jesus Christ, really, Chad Wolf? Are you sure? That sounds like something out of a fucking John Grisham novel. I don't. Is that a real name? I don't know. He says he likes him out of central casting. I guess so. Chad said that he has to be here because there's so much anarchist violence in the streets, and I thought to myself, because I don't like violence, and the way he made it sound like it was the purge, right? Like it's just blood in the streets, which I'm sure it must be because the government wouldn't lie to us just to exercise the military for some, I don't know, election coming up or something in case the president decided that they didn't want to listen to the voters. That couldn't happen. So I'm sure that wasn't it. So I decided I was going to look up and see what kind of violence was happening in the streets from the anarchists. And the violence, it turns out, is graffiti. There's there's graffiti on federal buildings. Okay, okay. Well, that's a little bit more graffiti. That is okay. To be fair, let's be fair and balanced. Let's balance it out. That's a little bit more graffiti than we're used to seeing. So that's something. It does. It looks like a city, which Portland is one of, and it does look like a city where people had a protest. And judging from judging from the lines and the fills in this one in particular, where it's what's this protest? People's Court. This one. Look at the fills. White people did this. I promise you. Um, and I think that it is driving Chad and his boss crazy that white people aren't listening to the rules of whiteness right now. And this is a city where white people, though it was designed as their Shangri-La, oftentimes will not abide the rules of whiteness, mostly when they are being applied upon them themselves, right? The idea, we're going to regulate you. The whites in Portland don't deal well with that. Neither do other Portlanders. We had a giant pink kitty cat hat march that turned into absolutely nothing. But this has been going on for, as Chad said, 52 whole days. And he kept saying, even though the governor and who I like quite a bit, and the mayor, who I do not care for, said that they don't want them here, that Chad said, well, he doesn't need an invitation to stay. And that's what stuck with me because there's something about this administration that doesn't seem to understand the idea of consent. It's like they want to take the whole country and just and just and just and just and grab them by their civic participation. And it's very, I don't know. It feels familiar. Anyway, Chad and his boys, I'm gonna say, had a very I think fair and balanced response to the circumstance. Can we take a look at that, please? I see nothing. I see nothing. What is this? What was the fair and balanced response? Can we see it? Oh, oh, oh my, oh my. Uh, okay. Well, that does look bad. That doesn't look good. Uh, but that's yee, yikes, yikes. Oh, that's fucking creepy. That looks like they're coming to get you or something. That's crazy. They wouldn't be coming to get you. Not in the good old U.S. of oh, okay, oh, okay. But the police would have identified themselves. I'm sure. Those are they police? Those are police. Are they police? Not police. My notes. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So it turns out that what was happening was that this is the Department of Homeland Security, the armed militia that was put together specifically geared toward protecting the homeland and the border of Mexico and the United States, where Portland is, I promise you, not taking a person and that they said that they wanted to question, that they wanted to ask him some questions. And so, but then they saw people coming to protect him, which is weird. I don't know what would have made them seem scary, but they felt like the other protesters felt like they had to protect a friend. And so then they shoved him in a minivan, which I think that is against the Geneva Convention because I don't know if you have smelled a minivan recently, but the combination of old diapers, graham crackers, and slowly drying apple juice, I think qualifies as torture by international law. And so they threw people in there and then took them around the corner. And then they asked them some questions. They said they asked them something. We don't know what or under whose authority or permission, since the governor and the mayor said, stop it. But then they didn't stop it. And so now everybody's getting sued and now he's upset. So that's how my day started. I wanted to just have Esperanza was going to be here. Do you know what I'm saying? And then, are you sure I can't do a blueberry segment? This is a bummer. I'd rather have weed smoke myself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, anyway, to close, I got to tell all of it? All right. All right. So more shit happened in terms of the peaceful resolution. Portland doesn't play. As I said, we respond in this city, and we do it across the board. First, what happens is that the black organizers, the women, show up. Why is that first? Because that's always who's first. Let's not pretend it's any other way, okay? That's also who has to clean up your fucking mess after you mess up by doing weird white shit. But In this case, white people have been using their white privilege to the best of their white capacities to try to chase away the army. For instance, the white grandmas showed up and surrounded protesters and tried to keep them safe, and that was a good thing to do. Also, for instance, a white lady showed her vagina, which, as you know, is the most sacred of things in all of the Western Hemisphere, and chased away police with that. And then, of course, Mr. Navy Man tried to reason with the police. That didn't go over incredibly well with these armed jackboots. He went in his army suit. He went in his Navy sweatshirt, and he put on a Navy backpack, and a Navy hat. And he walked up to these people, this elderly man, 50 odd years old man. Oh, I'm going to be that very soon, dear God. And he walked up to him and he said, "Hey, what you doing? You shouldn't do it. I protected the United States too. Look at me, I'm a Navy one." And they said, "Hey, Navy one," wham, 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 and hit him with a bunch of sticks. Bunches of sticks. It looked like the first 8 seconds of the Rodney King video. There were another minute and 30 odd seconds to that video. This is not at all a comparison. But it did look bad. It didn't look good. It didn't look cute. And then when they got frustrated because they went wham, 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 and he just kind of like stood there like, what is happening? Then they emptied a whole can of tear gas right in his face, right in his puss, right there. Just now, let's be clear. I want to be clear about something. The truth is that when the white grandmas showed up, the first thing that happened is that the concussion grenade of which I spoke earlier, one was thrown at them. So it's not as though they just disappeared because white grandmas showed up. Also, this young person was gassed twice, and those gas bombs were knocked away by some man who I think thought he was being heroic and maybe was helping save the vagina, which I believe, again, is the agenda of America. Keep please in mind the pink kitty cat hat march. Anyway, point being that they tried to bomb her too. They did eventually back off. And last night, in fact, the white grandmas did chase the feds back into the building, which I think is part of why Chad was so pissed today. But so Navy Man got beat. It was not a good scene, and it looked like he was maybe made of steel or rocks or concrete, or those aren't good things to be made of in the Navy. What do you want to be made of in the Navy? What's a good thing to be made? Sponges or flotation devices or a blinking light that goes boop, 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 boop in case you get dropped in the ocean. Those aren't strong things. That's not what I meant. Like a bionic person, like a bionic warrior person. Yes, like a bionic warrior person. I thought he looked like a bionic warrior person. He says he is not. He says that what actually ended up happening is that his hand is all fucked up. His hand is pretty damaged. The surgeon had it in a splint, and it looks like screws and pins away from me on Friday. Update, it's going to be surgery. Real surgery. Deep surgery, because it shattered one of Navy Man's hands. That's Navy Man's tweet handle if you want to do your own research on Navy Man. While Navy Man was very brave and did display much bravery, and I do appreciate Navy Man very much. I don't know that we need to lionize and heroize more white people, so I'm not going to learn Navy Man's name. But listen, your president had an empathetic response in which he said, "Listen, I'm not going to allow my jackbooted thugs to be in these streets in Portland, just whipping on white vaginas and white Navy men, the white seamen and the white vaginas, and the connection between the white vagina and the white semen is the most important thing in all of whiteness, and so no." I'm just kidding. That's not what he said. He said, "We're trying to help Portland, not hurt it. Their leadership has for months lost control of the anarchists and agitators. They are missing in action. We must protect federal property and our people. These were not merely protests. These are the real deal. These are the real deal." Now, the real deal, what? I don't know. Though he did say later and make mention that it was worse here than Afghanistan. I just want to put this into perspective for y'all. This is the same person who said that there was a whole caravan of Mexicans coming. This is the same man who stared into the sun during the eclipse. This is a man who said he wanted to nuke hurricanes. This is a man who called Mexicans rapists and said that he could just grab whoever he wanted by the whatever he wanted because he could do whatever he feels like it because he's famous. This is a man who's having a press conference right now where he's probably still rambling on, pretending that it's about COVID, but really, really, really having a rally and breaking all sorts of laws by doing so. This is that man who said that shit. Okay, just put that in a little bit of perspectives. But Navy Man can speak for himself, and he had a bit of a response to the thugs as well. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Even look at it. And if you look close enough, you can tell that even with a completely shattered left hand, he's still giving him two birds. Two fucking birds. Two fuck yous right to yourself, right to your face. That is beautiful. I love it. I love it. So I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about what is happening because this has happened in Portland before where white people actively try to use their whiteness to challenge whiteness. And I want to say that it is this thing happening where many of the whites are being very radicalized because what they are learning is that you cannot dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. So when the two gentlemen tried to challenge a white supremacist on the train and say on the max, "Hey, stop shouting that racist stuff at those two black girls, at the Habibi black girl and her cousin. Don't do that. That's not okay." The white men did not attack the black girls, but opened both of those people up like Skittles bags and let them bleed out on the train. Because whiteness is violent. There is no such thing as a microaggression. There are terrorist vocalizations and vocalized statements of terrorist notions offered to people in disguise as microaggressions, making sure that people are kept in their place. But best believe that sets the stage for what happens next. And I think that's why I really do know what the true causality, I mean, I know that that Kirkland Tom Cruise was on TV this morning because he had his feelings hurt that his federales were chased back into their building by those same Grammys last night. I know he doesn't feel good about that. That's not great, okay? That's not a great look if you're trying to look like a tough guy. Um, Basically, your grandma showed up at the mall. You were dressed like a thug, and your grandma saw you and your friends and just walked up to you, took off your hat and your sunglasses and your little gloves, put them all together, folded them back, gave them back to you, and said, "I'll see you at home. We'll talk soon." And just went on her way shopping at Pier 1 Imports. Woo! You got did. But it embarrassed them. And I think but that's just what happened yesterday, okay? And why he was on TV today. I think there's a reason, a deeper reason, that this whole thing started. I think white instability is part of it. It is part of it because it is true. There's no such thing as white fragility. Whiteness is elastic. Whiteness is ever growing. Whiteness is the blob. It just keeps eating up cultures and people and ideas and then raping them and spitting them back out and selling them back to you in shiny packaging. So whiteness is certainly part of the problem, but the whiteness got unleashed someplace. It got unleashed in a particular place in this time. And I think I have an idea of what happened. I think the genie got back out of the lamp, back in the lamp, and then was freed out of the lamp again. I think the genie was getting a rub a dub. I think Karen was rubbing the genie. I think Karen was rubbing the lamp. And I think I know which Karen it was. I'm gonna tell you the God's honest truth. You want to know? There she is, Terry Houston. Terry Houston, on her very public Facebook page, said recently, "Are all city officials in Portland out of town? These are not protesters. They are thugs destroying the city. Shoot a couple, and it will stop. Shoot a couple, and it will stop." Well, I had a thought about that. And I wrote her back and I said, "Hi, Terry. A couple of these protesters are dear friends of mine who are also born and raised Portlanders. Your call for murder is distressing. Is there someone that we can call for you? I think a personal safety check might be in order." Now, as I say this, I want to remind you of particularly what the violence was that we are looking at. That's the blood in the streets. There it is. And Terry wanted to kill protesters because of that. And so began rubbing her lamp. And because of that, Jeannie, you are fucked. Terry's wish is your command. Well, I guess what it really comes down to is fuck Chad and fuck Terry. I think that's the lesson. Is that the lesson? I don't know. Oh, no, no, no. You know what the real lesson is? I know what the lesson is. Whatever else you do in your travels today, please, please, please avoid the Kraken. Huh? Avoid the Kraken if you can at all. Blueberry pancakes are delicious. Hi. This has been another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. It's true. And we're at the end of it now. Stay till the end. There's going to be a treat, I promise. Hey, if you want to support some artists, some trans, queer, brown, black artists who are doing some amazing things on the West Coast, you know what would be delicious? A donation given from you to the Marsha P. Johnson Foundation at marshap.org/donate. I learned, excuse me one moment, a little ASMR for the people right now. How's everybody doing out there? I learned that I'm supposed to say forward slash. I had a publicist once who also said I'm supposed to put my face on stuff, and I did, and it's effective. So I've been saying backslash because. Anyway, give them the money, please. This is what the production is about. You can check it out. You can see me if you'd like to on IG at El Caballo Negrito. You can hear me in your brain at Twitter as I paint word clots onto your brain hole at Caballo Negrito. You got a thing to say to me about anything? You got a suggestion about what should be talked about? Who should be on? You want to cuss me out? I don't care. Write me, Smoke and Mirrors, CCB at Gmail. The other day I said send up a smoke signal. I think that was really racist. I think that was really, really racist. So we're going to have to figure out a thing to call that. Maybe we can call it Gmail. If you would like to support, but you are not prepared to become a patron at this point, you could drop $5 on it. That's the thing that we do. You could do that at Venmo, at Carlos-Wyndham. You could do that at Cash App, at $CK Wyndham, and you could do that at PayPal. /me.CK Wyndham. I said it, Jamie. I said it twice. This has been produced by myself and produced by Tracy Tatamy. Thank you so much for being here for another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Please wash your hands. And if you have to go outside, wear a mask. And remember and never forget that I love you. And lastly, before we go out, very, very happy birthday to a comedy legend, one of my heroes, and one of the reasons that I ever wanted to say anything funny at all, Mr. Robin Williams. God bless you, sir. I hope you find peace. We've never had a friend like you. All right. We'll be back here tomorrow with the real hijinks at 4:20. Take care.